Ghana is expensive. Ghana is not what you think. When you convert the money to dollars, you might think that it's not expensive, but the money runs like river.
If you're looking for affordability, stronger infrastructure, and budget that stretches, Kenya might be your better choice. If you dream of culture, history, and connection with the diaspora, and you have financial flexibility, Ghana is beautiful and deeply meaningful. Peace, a place that you call home. Visit first, experience both, spend time in the communities. Don't just try to rely on YouTube videos and vlogs. Go and feel it for yourself. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Drew Williams. And if you know anything about me, you would have known I spent 3 months in Nairobi, Kenya. Now guys, cost of living, Ghana versus Kenya. What you need to know if you're from the diaspora, African American, British Caribbean, and you're dreaming of moving back to the motherland. You probably wondered, which country gives you best for your money? Is it Ghana or is it Kenya?
So when you come and think that Ghana is cheap and you are coming to spend your money, like United States, you can't last. You will go back. Now, I don't think about to become a millionaire. I just want to live my simple life. If I can buy something, whatever I want, I can buy it. I'm okay. I don't want to be a millionaire, no.
Before you pack your bags, let's break it down. Cost of living, lifestyle, safety, and just how far your dollar will actually go. Because this move is not just emotional, it's financial too. The big decision. When it comes to relocating to Africa, many of us are drawn to countries which speak to our spirit. Maybe it's the vibe, the people, or the history. Ghana might be calling you with its rich Pan-African culture, warm people, and the powerful return narratives. Kenya might have your attention with its beautiful landscape, strong economy, vibrant tech scene, and welcoming people, as I've been there myself. But here's the truth. No matter how much you love a place, you have got to do the math. You need to ask, can I afford to live there comfortably? What is the cost of daily life? How much will rent and food and transport set me back? So today, we are going head to head, Ghana versus Kenya. Cost of living in 2025. Let's talk numbers. Let's talk about lifestyle. Let's help you make a more informed decision. As of 2025, data shows that Ghana is generally more expensive than Kenya, particularly in major cities. Accra, Ghana, capital ranks higher than Kenya or Nairobi, Kenya's capital in most lists, comparing cost of living in African countries. So when most people do the math and compare countries, Ghana usually ranks more expensive than Kenya. Accra, Ghana's capital, ranks higher than Nairobi, Kenya's capital, in most lists comparing cost of living in African cities. But it's not just about numbers on the list, it's about how those numbers hit your pocket. Let's get into the categories that matters most when it comes to living day to day, restaurant, and eating out. If you like to eat out, let's be honest, who doesn't? This one's for you, Accra, Ghana. A basic meal at a local restaurant will cost you around $4 to $6 US. A 3-course meal at a mid-range restaurant will cost you around $25 to $40 US. Now let's talk about Nairobi. A basic meal will cost you anywhere from $2 to $4 US. A mid-range restaurant will cost you around $15 to $25 US. Verdict: Kenya wins for dining out on a budget. Your dollar stretches noticeably more in Nairobi. Now let's talk about transportation and getting around. How are you getting around? Uber, Bolt, taxi? Are you braving public transportation? Let's talk about Accra. Short Uber ride is around $2.50 to $5 depending on how far you're going. I think that's a short ride. Monthly transport on a throw and Uber may cost you around $40 to $60 US. Now let's talk Nairobi. Nairobi, Uber or Bolt around $3 to $6 US, but pricing can range. Monthly Matatu, bus, Uber mix $50 to $70 depending on how often you're out. So I've been on the Uber in Kenya a lot, and yeah, $3 to $2 US, $2.50 to $3 US. Maybe from Kilimani to the CBD, it's not really expensive. Depends on how far you're going. But Uber is pretty reasonable in Nairobi, Kenya, in my experience. Rent and housing. This is where you start to see major divide. Accra, Ghana. One-bedroom apartment in the city center might cost you $600 to $1,200 US a month. Outside the city center, $300 to $700 US a month. Buying property per square meter, $1,000 to $1,800. Now let's talk about Nairobi. One bedroom in the city center, $350 to $700 US a month. Outside the center, $200 to $500 US a month. Buying property to square meter, $800 to $1,200. Verdict: Kenya is more affordable across the board when it comes to housing, Airbnb, and short stays. For those who want to visit first, you should. Here's what short-term stay looks like. Airbnb in Accra, decent one bedroom, $50 to $120 a night. Airbnb Nairobi, comparable space, $30 to $80 US a night. Again, Nairobi comes out cheaper, which add up over a 2-week or 1 month scouting trip. My personal experience, when it comes to planning my own move, I looked up both countries. I ran the numbers, hotels, flights, Airbnb, buying land, renting apartments, even groceries and data cost. And honestly, Kenya came out cheaper, especially when it comes to long-term stay living. Now, that's not to say Ghana isn't worth it. It absolutely is. But financially, it's harder to stretch the dollar in Ghana unless you're bringing a solid income consistently from outside. Infrastructure? Let's talk infrastructure and daily living. Let's talk about infrastructure because the cost isn't just about money, it's about value. Kenya is stronger. Kenya has stronger roads, better internet speed, more stable electricity in many areas, and faster growing digital economy. Ghana, while beautiful and deeply spiritual, still struggles with frequent power outages, and some areas don't have great road access. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something you need to factor in, especially if you are planning to work remotely or run a business online. Culture and food, let's speak about it. Culture, food, and the vibe. Now let's balance the scale. Because cost isn't everything, Ghana and Kenya are both amazing places on their own. Ghana gives you a deep cultural connection to the diaspora, rich tradition, and events like Afro-Caribbean and the Year of Return. Kenya offers diverse geography, from bustling Nairobi to beaches, in Mombasa and safari, in the Masai Mara. Food, unbeatable in both countries. You have got to try Ghana's jollof and Kenya's nyama chama. Before you even think about choosing one over the other, final thoughts. Here is the breakdown. If you're looking for affordability, stronger infrastructure, and budget that stretches, Kenya might be your better choice. If you dream of culture, history, and connection with the diaspora, and you have financial flexibility, Ghana is beautiful and deeply meaningful. Peace, a place that you call home. But above all, visit first, experience both, spend time in the communities. Don't just try to rely on YouTube videos and vlogs. Go and feel it for yourself. If you have been to Ghana or Kenya and you're planning to move, drop a comment below. Tell me what surprised you the most about the cost of living. I've been to Kenya, I've never been to Ghana. And believe me guys, when I did my homework, Kenya came out on top when it comes to infrastructure, when it comes to the cost of everything. Even Airbnb in Kenya was much cheaper than Ghana. But I'm not saying don't go to Kenya or don't go to Ghana. It's your choice. Depends on your pocket. I'm still going to go to Ghana. But I just went somewhere where I think it was more affordable and the infrastructure would suit me more. So, make your choice. Especially if you're going for a long term, visit first. And as I always say to people, do your due diligence, especially when doing business. Get a reputable lawyer. Find out if he's still legal to practice, because sometimes he's a lawyer, but he has lost his license because, he might have done something wrong. So don't just take somebody's word for it. Go and look them up. Okay, guys, I hope you find this video interesting. A lot of you guys are watching, but you're not subscribing. If you subscribe to my channel, guys, it helps me to do more videos. And don't forget to comment, like, and share, which is even better. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'm out.